So most of you guys don't value yourselves. You want to do that thing that you want to do the most, but you're not doing it because you fear the outcome. You fear that you might fail. Yeah. You fear that you might prove everybody right, that you have no value in life. You're not valuable. You're a disposable, depreciating asset. That's what you're proving. Yeah. That's why you're stuck where you're stuck. That's why you are where you are. You know? Dr. Peterson, I don't know, I'm paraphrasing it. Dr. Jordan Peterson, I saw in one of his lectures that he said something. He said that if for the past 10 years you did everything that you should have done and never avoided and ignored anything, where would you be now? And that thing really bugged me. It really got me thinking. It really got me meditate. Like, yeah, that makes sense. It really make sense? Where would I be now? You know? It should bug you too. Any person with the right mind, it should really, like, it's a mind-boggling thing. They say that it is the best time to plant a tree was 10 years back, and now. So this is the time that you have to go and do the thing that you want to do, that you've always wanted to do, but you never did it. You procrastinate and procrastinate and procrastinate and procrastinate. I don't know for how long have you been doing that. Who knows? You know that. Yeah. So hi, I'm Sean K, and welcome to the tribe, brother. So let's start. So, like you've seen from the title of the video, that you don't value yourself. Yeah. Look, people think that they're going to live forever, but the truth is they're not. Okay? You're not going to live forever. You have a very limited period of time in this world, and you have to make use of that. You really have to make use of that in a very productive way, in a wise way, in a conscious way. Not just become a mindless robot. Like when you're drinking water, do you think that you're drinking water? You're like, oh yeah, water. Do you do that? No, you don't, right? Most of you are living life like that. You don't even know. You're not living life. Life is happening to you. You're not making life happen. Life is happening to you. That's what's happening. That's what you've been doing. Now, why do people do that? All right. Why do people take their life for granted? Why do people take their time, the most limited resource, the only thing that human beings are bound to? Time is our greatest asset and our greatest weakness. But unfortunately, for the 99% of the people out there, time is their greatest weakness, greatest enemy. Time should be our friend. If you invested for a long period of time in the stock market, what would happen? You might become a millionaire. Yeah. If you've invested 1 hour a day in the gym, 6 days a week for the next 5 years, what would happen? You might be competing in some bodybuilding contest, who knows, in some fitness contest, and you might even win. You never know. If you invested your time just 2-3 hours a day in some MMA gym and trained for the next 5 years, where would you be now? You might be a world champion. If you invested just 1 hour a day into something that you really love doing and you really wanted to do, like for a long, long time, for the past 5 years, where would you be? You know that. You answer that to yourself, not to me. You, brother, from the other side of the screen, think about it. Meditate on it, my friend. Okay? This is something. Time is something that is that's a very unique thing. You know, if you sleep for 8 hours a day, let's say you live for 80 years. All right, 80. If you sleep for 8 hours a day, that equals to 30 years. So 30 years of your life, you're just sleeping. You're just sleeping. I was watching a video by Iman Gaji, and he was I forgot the name of the video. I'm gonna put it on screen, right? He was going through that. It was an analysis of you going to the prison. Let's say you were accused for something that you did not do, that you don't a crime that you did not commit, and then you were sentenced 30 years, 30 years, like just 30 years sentenced to prison, and just 30 years just like that, it just goes away. Would you want that to happen to you? Would you want that? No, right? But you're consciously doing that, subconsciously doing that every day, willingly doing that, scrolling, doom scrolling to glory. Yeah, 30 years you're just wasting there, doing that 3 hours a day. Most of you do that, 3 hours a day. 30 years, maybe more. Who knows? Well, if you're consuming consciously the things that you must consume, then it makes sense. That will help you in life to get forward to a place where you want to go, to a place where you want to reach eventually after a point of time. But I know that most of you do not do that. Most of you are just consuming for the sake of consuming because you're addicted. You're really addicted. That's why you don't value yourself. That really proves. I walk around nowadays, and I see kids, and young people, my age, young, they just scroll. Nobody talks to nobody anymore. Like, we live in a time where we love our dogs more than our neighbor. You know? Have you noticed that? Like, I don't know. Well, not me. I love my neighbors. I'm not virtue signaling here. I'm telling you the truth. I know my neighbor. All right? But let's say most of the people. I've seen that. They don't know their neighbor, whether their neighbor is lonely, depressed, or needs some help. But no, they love their dogs more. I'm not saying you should not love your dog, but it just makes no sense. It really makes no sense. There is no human interaction anymore. And AI is on the rise and all that stuff, gonna take away your jobs. It will come. It will happen, and it's happening. And then those virtual partners and those virtual girlfriends on the rise and all that stuff. AI virtual girlfriends. Oh my God, like the world is gonna collapse because of these things. It's really being a toxic world to live in. That's when you come along and you're gonna change it for yourself. Make look at it like a movement. I want to do something with my life. I want to make the most out of it. How am I supposed to do that? Now here's how you do that. Do you know there's a thing called a journal? Have you heard of it? A journal. Yes. You take that journal and you take a pen. You sit down in a quiet place. You open the journal and you write down things that bug you, things that really disturb you, things that really irritate you, things that fear you, things that make you feel afraid, things that you've always wanted to do but you're afraid to do. Anything, write it down. Make a long list of those things, write it down, all right? And then After you've done that, you take each and every individual thing, all right, and you on a separate page, and you write about that particular problem in detail. Why does this bug me? Where did it come from? Since when did it start? What is this all about? After that, how am I going to solve this? How am I going to approach this? That's how you do it. Each and every single one of them. And when you get the answer, why, you do that. You solve those things. See what will happen. There'll be a big drastic change in your life. It's a very simple exercise. It's not that hard. If you can't even do that, then I don't know. May the Lord bless your soul. Yeah, I don't know how to help you. Remember, you have to help yourself. Nobody can help you. Nobody can. It's only you who can help yourself. All right? Your parents will not be there forever. Your family, your friends, most of the friends are shitty, you know. You know that you're friends with your friends too because you need friends. I want friends, I don't need friends. I want them. So I go actively pursuing, you know, the search for friends. I make friends because I want them. I don't need them. I want them. I'm happy with myself. Really happy. I want friends. I don't need them. But most of you, you don't want them. You need them. That's why you stay in these shitty friendship, in these you know uh, bad friend circles, and just because you can get away from life a little bit, and then partying and then drinking and all that stuff. That's not the way to go. Well, if it's an occasion, then fine. So the exercise, do that. That's how you do it. You work on them one by one and set a deadline. Let's see how strong your willpower is. Yeah. Let's see how strong you are as a human being. That you will take charge of your life and you will change your life. You will take action. It doesn't matter how many books you read. It doesn't matter how many YouTube videos you watch. It doesn't matter how many podcasts you listen to. It doesn't matter how much content, self-improvement content you consume. It doesn't matter. It can become an addiction sometimes. In fact, most of the time. It doesn't matter. As long as you don't take action. Until and unless you do not pull the goddamn trigger, nothing will happen. Self-improvement is just like mental masturbation. It's just like Netflix for the brain. It's just, yeah. People just consume, they don't self-improve. Like there's a big difference between self-improvement, like you're really improving and consuming self-improvement content. There's a big difference between the both. All right? Some people think that, they consume some videos out there about self-improvement and they're doing some good thing. It's a virtuous thing to do. Of course, you did some righteous thing, but do you implement that? Do you implement that into your life? No, you don't. Most of you don't. So what you must do is consume consciously consume, watch the self-improvement videos, listen to the podcast, and take action. That's how you do it. That is the way to go. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult because, like I said, 10 years, just 10 years. Look at the past 10 years of your life and think, if you did everything that you had to do and did not neglect and ignore anything, where would you be now? Where would you be now? Now, it doesn't matter you did it or not. What's gone is gone. Move on. And make sure that you don't commit the same mistakes from the past, because your past matters. You cannot connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect the dots looking backwards. Steve Jobs said that. Now when I look back in my past 10 years, I can tell this is the reason why I'm here. Yeah, I can look. I cannot tell where I'm going to go. I can just project into the future. I cannot connect the dots. But I know that if I do everything that I'm supposed to do without neglecting anything that I'm supposed to do and ignoring anything that I'm supposed to do for the next 10 years, I know I'm going to be somewhere in a very beautiful place. I know that. In a very beautiful, uh, maybe not fully content, but happy place. Now, happiness is an abstract concept, but still, for the lack of words, in a happy place, like I'm self-content a little bit, like I'm good. I know that. The best time to plant a tree, 10 years back, and now. Go out there and plant the tree. Do that exercise that I told you. Manage your time properly. Time is limited. Okay, time is very, very limited. You will live just for a few years because most of the time you will be sleeping. And you have to sleep. And most people, I've seen that youngsters, they don't even sleep. They don't sleep. At night they're awake. I don't know why. They scroll. They're watching some degenerate stuff. Quit that stuff as soon as possible. We're going to make videos about that. Okay? We're going to talk about that very soon. But do this one thing first. Go do that. Your assignment for today, it's an assignment to test your willpower, to test how strong you are. Go do it. Take the journal, write down about each and everything that bugs you, each and everything that you're afraid of, each and everything that's been eating you from the inside, from within, every day. Write them down. When you've done that, you take each and every individual particular problem and you break it down into where, when, how, why, all that stuff, and then how can I solve it? What's the approach I'm going to take, and set a deadline? Solve them one by one. Then we're going to talk about ambitions later. First, solve the problems first, then ambitions. And remember, the bigger your ambitions, the bigger the problems. So you have to be equipped with the needed power, needed knowledge on how to solve problems. You have to be a problem solver. You have to be equipped with that because life's tough. Life's tough. Life's not easy. It's tough, and it makes sense. Like anything which is easy is not valuable. You know what I mean? Only tough things are valuable. Tough things to do. Things that are very tough, valuable. And life is valuable. The most valuable thing that you have is life. And within that comes time. You use time. You make time your friend. And you use it well. Use it wisely. Use it to its full potential. That's how you do it. That's my philosophy. That's how you live life. Yeah. Make it your friend, not your enemy. Get time on your side. Do not get time on your enemy's side. It's bad. Don't waste your time. Very limited time. Okay? So that's all for today, brother. From the other side of the screen. Subscribe and comment down below. What did you think about this video? Okay? Subscribe and be happy and go out there and do what you gotta do. Don't wait for nobody. Don't care what people talk about. Okay? We're gonna talk about that in future videos. About people, your imposter syndrome, your spotlight effect, you call it, where you think that everybody's, looking at you. We're going to talk about that. For now, just do that exercise. Okay? Just that exercise. Just a simple thing. Test your willpower. Can you do it or not? I know you can do it. Comment down below, yes, I can do it. Okay? That's all for today. Thank you very much. Goodbye.